Radio. We're going to teach the Word of God. And our teaching for this evening is entitled The Coming Satanic Flood. And we're going to begin our text in Isaiah chapter 59, and we're going to begin in the 16th verse. And he saw that there was no man, and wondered that there was no intercessor. Therefore his arm brought salvation unto him, and his righteousness it sustained him. For he put on righteousness as a breastplate, and an helmet of salvation upon his head, and he put on the garments of vengeance for clothing, and was clad with zeal as a cloak. According to their deeds, accordingly he will repay fury to his adversaries, recompense to his enemies. To the islands he will repay recompense. So shall they fear the name of the Lord from the west, and his glory from the rising of the sun. When the enemy shall come in like a flood, the Spirit of the Lord shall lift up a standard against him. And the coming satanic flood, and I believe that we are in the midst of that. We're at a time where I believe, as a nation and as the entire earth, that Satan is at an all-time high. I believe demonic activity is unprecedented at this time, and I don't believe it's going to get better and better. I believe it's going to escalate, and I believe here in this text we see just exactly what God promises to do for his children through the finished work of Christ upon the cross during this time of the satanic onslaught. And it says here in this text that he looked around and he saw no man, there was no man, there was no intercessor. And Albert Barnes' comment on this text is so pertinent. He said, and he saw that there was no man, that is, no wise and prudent man qualified to govern the affairs of the people, or that there was no man qualified to interpose and put an end to these evils, no one qualified to effect a reformation and to save the nation from the calamities which their sins deserved. And, for many years, I've been studying and finding out this is wrong, that's wrong, pre-trib's wrong, and I would listen and I would listen out there. Who's standing up against this? Who's coming against these evils? Who is saying that this sin must be repented of and this doctrine must be corrected? And I'd look around and I wouldn't see just very much going on except the same old song and dance. And then I realized that the Lord was wanting me to do something about it. And as we look at the situation in the world today, there's so much wrong, there's so much apostasy, and you'll turn on to Christian radio and YouTube, you can find all kinds of individuals who have been leavened and infiltrated. Are not for Christians. And if any of you are new and you to stay up with what's going on, but I tell you what, I don't like to dwell there. Out of Egypt, over and over, Pharaoh wanted him to compromise. Well, you call yourself what you will, but you can't call yourself a disciple. John 3:33 for me was love. It is the love of God that is on the banner that he is waving on over you. And